All right, guys, we are here, Off-Road Universe World. We got the DT50 up on the bench, and yeah, the bench is an absolute mess, but took the motor out today and had the cylinder off in the head. I grabbed the conrod and no play at all. The lower bearings are tight, the rod bearings are tight, so really we just have to figure out what's going on with the low compression. And probably what I will do is end up just checking the bore, and if I can, go one size over. I believe these are steel lined, so I don't think it's going to be a problem to just go one size over. But I'm going to consult with some people wiser than me about the whole thing. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let me clean my screen a little bit. Sorry about that. So anyway, yeah, we got her on the bench, and just an amazing bike, to be honest. The DT50s are really radical. To borrow an 80s term, they have so much electronics. I mean, they've got an auto lube system. They've got a sensor that's actually in the tank of the auto lube. They've got a little battery, all kind of stuff. And yeah, if this looks a little better than the last time you saw her, that's not Armor All, guys. That's literally a lot of elbow grease. And so what I ended up doing was I used some rust remover and got all of that off, you know, the rust and all that stuff, and it worked pretty well. I'm not going to say it was like perfect, but really made the rust manageable. And then going over it with a little wire brush, you know, in the spots that were all rusted, and all this was rusted. I mean, this shock was rusted. Everything was really bad. I know I need a bumper right there, but everything was really bad. And now it's looking a lot better. Still, obviously, I'm going to take the bars off. I'm going to refinish them, you know, like I do. I'm going to be doing all that stuff. I've got to get the paint off of these fork legs. I remember painting those back in the day yellow. I thought it looked kind of like an RM80, which is what I always wanted. But we're going to get those off, and then we'll use the polishing wheel to get a nice polish. Look at the rake on that thing compared to the Suron. It's like a chopper. It's just weird, man. It's just weird. It's a lot of rake right there. Look at that thing. Anyway, or trail, or whatever you call it. You guys correct me. So yeah, we're working on it. We're getting it done. And one of the things we're gonna do next is get these wheels off. And once I do that, I'm gonna look for some new tires. I'm looking at this swing arm. It's just disgusting. Probably gonna end up getting that off, checking the bearings, and then stripping that down. It's steel, obviously, and then repainting that. So that's just going to have to get done. Let me turn the light on this side. So yeah, the next thing too will be, just going in and figuring out all this wiring. So the bike runs. I started it yesterday. Sorry I didn't have a running video for you guys. It was pretty hectic. But I know where everything goes. I know what we're dealing with. So that's obviously a good thing. But yeah, there's a lot of connectors and different things. So for me to actually get these turn signals that are going to go here to work, and an actual functioning rear brake light, which is going to need to go here, or it's going to be activated by this, there's going to be a lot to do. And I am just going to take it slow and figure it out. There's also a little bit of paint. I guess back in the day, I painted this with some paint. You can see this is the factory paint with hardener, and then this is the crappy spray paint. So I'm in the process of, you know, just getting all that stuff off by finger or whatever. But yeah, and then all these bits are going to have to get refinished. This is, I believe, just a good old steel brake lever. So I'm going to have to, you know, take it to the wheel, clean it up, paint it, finish it. Same with this. I mean, this is just a mess. So, you know, she looks good from a distance slightly, but, you know, it's still a bit of work. But luckily, most of this stuff is covered. I actually found there was a little battery in here, and it's not electric start. I guess it's something that'll help kind of run some of the auxiliary lighting and stuff so that the engine can kind of store a little more power, I guess, a little more current. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So yeah, we've got a lot to do. I hate to show you these wheels. I mean, they're just disgusting, but you know what, we got to start somewhere. So it's just kind of where we're at. And you know, I might replace these spokes. We'll see. They're decent. They're just rusted all hell and gone. And what I need to do when I get the wheels off, I'm going to go through and I'm going to detail the wheels And to be honest with you, I mean, the chrome on these is still really good. If you get the sludge off of here, I mean, they look pretty good. So what we're going to end up doing is getting those off, polishing them, and then going spoke by spoke and getting these spokes cleaned up and see where we end up, and then we'll make a decision. You never really know till you're done, right? Till you take that first step. So anyway, and just to give you all an update, I did end up buying a tank from Canada. One of the horrors was that, see, it looks a lot better on this side, because I spent more time on that side than the other. But I spent a lot of hours looking for a tank, and there are very few. I ordered one from Canada, and it pretty much is now settled. I think I'm going to go with the black color scheme. So I'll throw one of those up so you can see what it's going to look like. This is they called it the Midnight Special. And what's cool about the Midnight Special is it's very rare. Nobody has decals for it. I'm going to have a guy make some. But what's cool about it is they did that also with Yamaha with the Tri-Z, because they had an 85.5, which was a black and red Tri-Z. So it's pretty cool. It's going to be black and yellow. I think it's going to look really good. And it's one of my favorite color schemes. But she's going to have to be really sharp, and we're going to have to get everything together. Also, Portugal is really big with these bikes. They've got a lot of them. So I managed to actually find a guy that has a Speedo in Portugal, and also has potentially there's a little radiator shroud that goes on that one side, and a few other odds and ends. So, and a seat, which is a big odd and end. And we're going to be, is that rusted? Yeah, probably. Something's going on with that. Just need to polish it up. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be getting to work. A lot to do, but I'm excited, and hopefully we'll have more stuff coming in. And next thing's going to be just cleaning up the motor, and then just keep going through this frame and, doing what I can do, getting the paint off these guys, getting that all done, and then figuring out this wiring. And boy, just look at that chopper angle. That's probably very stable at speed, which on a small bike, going on the road, that's probably what you need. Anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next update as we blaze ahead with this thing. See ya. If you like this kind of content, hit like and subscribe, and got a lot more here and a lot of other projects I know that many of you know very well.